Okay, sorry about that. Hello, do 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 do. Okay, just like retweeting again that I'm live again. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to the I'm gonna get back to my paint description. So guys, what we're doing here, I'm using paint to talk about like battles and stuff, especially in like, so we're gonna talk about TVP first. Okay, so I like using blobs. I can't remember where I got to with the last set, but yeah, we're going to be using paint anyhow. Okay, so people talked about TVP. I think I was disconnecting through the whole thing, so TVP. Okay, I'm going to use I'm just going to use black first of all. Okay, hopefully you guys can see this on the stream. Yes, you can. Okay, good. Okay, so this is going to be our Terran blob here. We're going to get together our Protoss Defender. So I've probably been through all this before, but the stream crashed, so I'm sorry. Anyways, this could be your typical Terran army over here. This could be your typical Protoss army. Protoss is in Defender's position. He's lined out his units, not in a perfect line, but let's say it goes like that. And this is your Terran attacking. If the Terran attacks, what's going to happen in this situation? Now, people have said like I can select this, but I can't really. Anyway, I'll try and make a ball of similar size. Okay, so this ball runs at this Protoss, right? And what immediately happens is this Protoss army, like they both start trying to get to do as much damage as possible so every unit's firing. But what happens is this front... Sorry, I just started coughing. This front section over here, like, stands still. Then this back section over here is completely useless. What is happening with these colours? Anyway, let's start that again. Okay, so let's say you've got this army fighting here. Then this army starts surrounding you, right? And even though you could say this army was smaller, every unit is like 100% efficient. Absolutely every unit. Whereas this whole back spot here is just not doing anything at all. Like, and I mean literally all this that I've selected. And so each one of these blobs is doing way more DPS and just being way more effective than half of this blob entirely. And so the way that you want to try and take fights is pretty simple. You want to try and take a fight like this and have your opponent in a blob coming at you, right? So then the same thing happens. Your army like kind of surrounds him, like these edges go out to here, and you just got so much surface area like just firing on him that his like back army, like this back section, is just kind of like running around. They're trying to like get to here and here, here and here. But you've already, like, the damage is already being done. This, like, front part's melting away. So, in TVP, let's say your opponent is stood like this. You simply don't want to attack him like this. In fact, how do I get rid of this blob? Okay, you want to attack him like this. Even though that blob's bigger. Ignore that. So, you want to attack him like so. And the reason is, that way, your army's as efficient as it can possibly be without it being like detrimental. Your ghosts, like you want like small packs of ghosts throughout your army, so you can land EMPs just on the front of his army everywhere. He's got little High Templars like running in from like certain areas, be it here. You want to have your ghosts spread out through your army so you can just like land EMPs here, there, everywhere. And it just works out pretty well. So TVP engagements. Hopefully that helps a little bit. as for like other things, TVT is pretty important too. Let's say you're going marine tank, blob, like the main thing is the blobs, right? In TVT, let's say you're in that position where you're kind of defending, but at any point you have to like siege up everything. You want to siege up just 3 tanks, meaning that the rest of your blob, even if you have 10 tanks, 3 is like the magic number. You don't want to run into 3 tanks in a like marine tank. So special rule of 3, and then I'm just going to drink some water. Screw it. I thought I could man mode the cough, but I just couldn't at all. Oh, that's groovy. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to playing now. That was silly, but I hope you guys liked it. Obviously my paint skills are lacking considerably, but oh, you guys want more paint stuff? Okay, I can give you more paint stuff. Okay, I know some people don't like the paint stuff, but some people want to figure out how to like take a fight and stuff, so this kind of stuff does help. Okay, let's say we're playing Daybreak, right? So I'm going to draw the map kind of. Okay, so this is the middle section with the rocks. We've got this like area here, this area here. You got Zelnaga around here, Zelnaga here. Okay, let's say the fight's going to happen somewhere around this part. We want our tanks kind of spread like this. So this is going to be our tanks. So we want our tanks like so. Like this is optimal, right? So then when his Zerg blob comes to engage us, blah 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 blah, he's just going to get picked off one by one. If you try and surround one tank, the rest of them fire on you. So on and so forth. It's very simple. You want your marine blob to be kind of like. In fact, you don't want a marine blob, you want several like little blocks, right? So you want them to defend your tanks. That's how you want it to roll. So they're all scattered about. So that's kind of how you play against that. And then as this blob chases after your marines, you just get your marines kind of fall back over here and like fall back again. If your tanks start dying one by one, that's actually okay. You've still got lots more to go back to. And let's say you have like the planetary somewhere over